Yo ho ho, and welcome to Assassin's Creed 4. I'm Tom Bramwell from Eurogamer, and I'm going to be taking you on a tour of the world of Assassin's Creed 4. A spoiler-free tour, I hope. Before I start, though, I want to lay down what I'm talking about so that there's no confusion over spoilery sorts of elements. So, just to be absolutely clear, since I know people are very sensitive about this stuff. I'm in a position where I've finished the game now, so my ship has some upgrades, and a lot of stuff's unlocked on the map. And if that sort of thing strikes you as spoilery, then you probably don't want to watch this video. I'll also be consulting the mini-map a little bit from time to time to get my bearings. Not the mini-map, sorry, the big map. And you may see things on there that you might not want to see. I don't think there is a great deal that would have upset me if I were in your position, and I will be trying to be gentle about things. But I've given you those bits of information, so hopefully that's enough. Now, as you can see, there's an area not available. That is the very edge of the map, because my goal with this video is to sail right from the top left of the map in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag right to the bottom right and see how long it takes. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because I haven't done it before, and I genuinely am quite curious to find out how long it takes and indeed how it goes. But while I've been talking to you up here in the top left of the map, I've been attacked by this pirate hunter who was not interested in the fact I was trying to do an intro to a video, and as you can see I've taken him down, and now I'm going to start off by boarding him and showing you how that works. So yeah, when you get into a naval battle, and my god there are a lot of them, and they're surprisingly Moorish throughout the game, even though you might imagine there's a lack of variety, it's a lot of fun. You are able to whittle them down to this point where you can then board them, and as you can see I'm being asked to kill 10 enemy crew. Some of the bigger ships that you take on ask you to do slightly more, but in this case I just need to kill 10 guys on this ship, which I'm going to try to do. Oh! Whoa! Yeah, it uses the same, as you can see for the hand-to-hand combat, it uses the same system that you're probably familiar with from previous Assassin's Creed games, largely based on counters. So it's a bit difficult to do it while I've offended that guy. So it can be a little bit chaotic, there's lots of people running around. But as you can see, I've kicked the crap out of all of them with my swords. Once you've broken through the 10, or whatever the requirement is, then you get the option of, as you'll see here, repairing your ship. Haven't really taken any damage, so I don't really care. Lowering your wanted level, or sending to Kenway's fleet, which is an online option. You also get a list of in the top right there, the loot that you've gained from the ship. I'm going to lower the wanted level because I actually want to talk about the game a little bit before I get shot up by the next hunter I encounter. But yeah, that was quite the start, wasn't it? So here I am, back on the deck of the ship. I'm just going to lay down a marker, so look away now if you don't want to see the map. But yeah, here I am. Right, this isn't spoilery at all. I'm in the top left, and now I'm going to zoom out as far as possible so you don't see the detail too much. And I'm going to go all the way down to here to try. I'm going to try and get into here. So I've let down a custom marker. I'm now going to make my way. You spend a lot of time in the game aboard the Jackdaw, which is your ship, which is this, obviously. And you can sort of travel at 3 speeds. There's the basic sort of, this is like the very slow speed, you're just cruising along here really. The middle speed, which is your sort of general, everyday sailing around, and my favourite, which is great for long distance journeys, travel speed, where you get this nice view of the Jackdaw cutting through the ocean. You can still control left and right, and you can also, you won't be able to hear it terribly well on the video, but your crew sing sea shanties, which you unlock by chasing musical notes over rooftops, a bit like you chased the, who was it? I can't remember. You used to chase bits of Benjamin Franklin thingies over rooftops in Assassin's Creed 3. Anyway, collect those, and then you can press right on the D-pad to switch sea shanty, or indeed turn them off if you don't want to hear them. Yeah, so one of the things you can do when you're on your ship is use your spyglass, which is like a telescope, so you can size up other ships. That will show you what they've got on board. If you should we do these guys? No, do you know what? We're going to see loads of people on the way, so I want it to be a relatively straight shot. But you can see the kind of loot they're carrying. If you blow them to pieces without boarding them, then you get half the loot by running over the wreck and using and pressing the button that it tells you to press. Or if you board them, then you get the full amount of loot. And the loot, along with the money that you gather in the game, goes towards upgrades for your ship, upgrades for Edward Kenway's outfits and stuff. You can also, there's a pirate haven place that you establish where you can upgrade buildings a bit like you did with the homestead in Assassin's Creed 3 or the Monteregione in the Assassin's Creed 2 game. Amazed I remembered Monteregione. So yeah, one of the nicest things about this game for me is just cruising on the seas. I mean, look how beautiful it is. This is running on PlayStation 3. Not even one of the next-gen consoles, but look at that ocean, you know, the depth of reflections, the way the spray is whipped off the top of the waves by the winds. You can see the sort of stuff on the breeze, the spray, the changing colour scheme in the early evening here. The day-night cycle's glorious. The storm systems you encounter are absolutely beautiful as well, and it's just such a you know, I live in Brighton. Well, I live just outside Brighton and on the south coast of England. And so I see the sea in lots of different conditions, and this is a game that makes me feel like I'm at home away from home, really. Although obviously I was never a pirate, that we know of. Genetic memories and all that. We're making quite good progress. I think it's difficult without some of the obvious. Like, I'd be glancing at the map quite a lot to check, but it's. It feels like we've gone quite a way. You can already see some decent islands. I want to give you an idea of how long it takes to do stuff, but I will probably also jump into some battles and maybe jump out of the boat and check out the odd island I encounter, just to give you a bit of variety. And I'm certainly going to shoot some guys because that's really good fun. So let's have a little look over here. I think this is a fort that I claimed earlier in the game. Forts control, if you think of viewpoints on land in Assassin's Creed, which give you an overview of whatever's happening in the surrounding areas, so you suddenly see icons for the treasure you can loot and stuff like that. Forts fulfill the same role out at sea. So first of all you have to, yeah, pretty sure this is one I've already got. First of all you have to cruise past it a few times, blowing up its various defences, which you can see from the fact it's quite tatty, I've already done, and while it's firing mortars at you and stuff, and then you have to go ashore and smash your way through the fort and take out its commander, and it unlocks a few little side missions as well and gives you an overview of the surrounding area, more icons on your map, that sort of thing. Among the kinds of icons it shows you the you see there the diving bell thing on the mini-map, just at the top of the mini-map. That's a place where you can go underwater and yeah, you can go underwater and dive for sunken treasure. You also see locations where you can do harpooning. I will try and do a bit of that if I get the chance, because it is pretty awesome. And that's also, oh look at location, what's this one? Okay, cool, so here's a little spur of land. I'm just going to jump out and just to illustrate the fact that there's very little transition between being on your ship and being on land. Hold to release the ship's wheel, and hello. And I'm sure this nice little land, there's the jackdaw just waiting for me. This little shiny thing is an animus fragment. To be perfectly honest, I finished the game, I played it for 30 hours, I still don't really know what those do. There are quite a few little collectibles. I guess they're probably the equivalent of feathers in this game. I probably should tell you what I think of Assassin's Creed overall, although if you're watching this as part of the Eurogamer review, then I guess you've probably skipped to the end and seen that I've given it 9 out of 10. It's a fantastic new instalment in the series, I think. Some of the mechanics that it's had for a long time are quite creaky these days. The combat, the counter-based combat, which you saw when I boarded that ship in particular. The free running stuff can also feel a little bit long in the tooth, as perhaps it did in the last instalment. Actually, it probably has for quite a while. But you spend so much of your time at sea doing this sort of thing. This is where the game really shines. It's an absolutely beautiful open world, full of mystery and the sense of discovery as you're cruising around. It's just such a different vibe, such a welcome change of pace, and it's wrapped up in this really interesting story of Edward Kenway, the guy you control, who's the grandfather of Connor Kenway from Assassin's Creed 3, and his dalliance with, well, I say dalliance, his adult life spent being a pirate and how that intersects with the ongoing Assassin and Templar narrative. Again, no spoilers here, but I thought it was fantastically well told, and I've seen some pretty weak Assassin's Creed stories over the years, so I mean, I'm usually quite judgmental about them, even if I enjoy the games a lot. I guess everyone will ask whether he's a match for... Oh, hang on, for Ezio. I'll get into that in a second, but while I do, it looks like some of our friends having their own little ship battle. You see the English and the Spanish fleets regularly in Assassin's Creed 4. Often they'll be having their own little battles, and it looks like this guy, let's have a little look, the HMS Snapper, he's seen better days. I think he's very dead, actually. Let's get a little bit of chain shot. Oh yeah, that tipped it over the edge. Kind of harsh, really. A bit of a shame. As you can see, there's little bits of loot in the ocean. Those are often left by wrecks. Anyway, something else I should probably tell you about the way the British and the Spanish fleets work. The wanted level I mentioned earlier only applies to pirate hunters. Basically, when you've been plundering a lot, blowing up other ships and stuff, and taking lots of loot, you build up this wanted level, and you see pirate hunter ships on the horizon, and they'll come after you as soon as they see you. Generally speaking, the British and Spanish ships don't do that, although there are restricted areas of the ocean around bases and stuff like that where they don't want you to tread, and if they see you in those areas, the same kind of awareness system that you get with people on land applies, so you have like a small window of opportunity to get out of their way, after which they'll come after you. So yeah, just to get back to Edward Kenway, people will compare him to Ezio. This is generally how Assassin's Creed criticism works. Ezio, fan favourite, his rapier sharp wit remains unmatched. Edward isn't that kind of character. He's more of a no. He's a shades of grey for sure. He doesn't really like being told what to do, but he isn't as playful as Ezio, nor is he kind of as driven and angry as Connor. Do you know what? I'm going to do this ship. Let's see, schooner. One of the things that you do find as you play more of the game is that your ship becomes a little OP against these smaller boats, so I'm just going to run this over, basically. So yeah, it's not even going to bother boarding it, I'm just going to blow it up. And then I clicked the square button when I saw a little icon telling me I could rescue a member of crew. Oh, am I going to run aground? Noob! No, didn't. It's the end of that ship. So yeah, Edward, a really interesting character overall. And obviously I'm not going to talk about the present day story side of Assassins, but you may or may not know stuff about it. That's very good. It's a nice and self-contained little short story, I would say. Now, am I actually? Sorry, I'm going to go to the map again. So look away now, if you like. I just want to check whether I'm. Oh no, there is a way through there. How far have I come? So I started up all the way over there, and I'm about just under halfway, I would say. And I've been doing this for about 13 minutes. So this is going to end up being a long video. My broadband connection isn't going to like me when I have to upload this to YouTube later. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about the present day. I'll be light on story stuff. As you can see, you can't go aground everywhere. But even these big rock type islands are places you can go. There's some loot over there, which I could pick up if I wanted to. And treasure chest as well. The varied types of landscape are really nice, and also it's really interesting. But pleasant, the transition from day to night. You know, the moon over there on the horizon. The lighting's changed so completely since we started. Right, let's deal with this guy. I'm going to fire some chain shot through his rigging. That ought to slow him down a bit. I'm also going to ram him. That took off basically all his health because I'm a badass. And yeah, I'm not going to board him again. I just can't really be bothered. We're in a hurry. I fired some fire barrels out the back. That's taken care of him. Yeah. That's it. I mean, my ship's really, really great. Oh, what's this? Ah, okay, a convoy. Convoys are things you find out about, well, I found out about from bartenders in the game. And, oh, actually that was an accident, I didn't do that. Well, he's got money, so I'm going to take it from him. I've got the controls for a second. Let's fire a chain shot. You can brace by holding down the square button if you want to do that, you know, if that's the sort of person you are. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to ram into him a bit. Yeah. Going alongside him, firing my cannons at point blank range, that's nice. He's got a little escort, although he seems to be having a bad time of it. And he's just missed me pretty much with a big old salvo, so I'll fire one of those. A couple of swivel shot things, and that's him done. I must stress that my ship is really badass at this point. You will not have this much luck at first, but you will build towards it and you will become very keen on upgrading your ship once you realise the kind of difference it makes. Yeah, you've got little guns on the side here which you can fire. You can see I've got to kill 15 enemy crew and destroy the ship's flag, which is right at the top. So I'll whittle them down a bit. 3 of them. 4. Yeah, that'll do for now. I'll go aboard and deal with the rest. Whee! Oh, got a blow in there, didn't he? But it wasn't good enough. Now he's on the floor, which is not a good place to be when I'm swinging a sword at you. Nice little counter blow there. Oh, and almost got me there, didn't you? But you didn't. Alright. Doopy doopy doo. That shiny box thing. Oh, hang on, this might be fun. You see that barrel? I believe that's the powder supply. So if I just do that. Oh man, that was really badass. Yeah, that was good. Okay, right, going up into the rigging to... oh, hello there, I didn't see you. Oh, accidentally hit the eagle vision thing. That is a real shame. No, I've almost died. Oh, this would be so bad if I die. Right, okay. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Oh my god. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. I feel like I've wasted everyone's time. Oh, that's pathetic. You see what happened though? It was pretty unfortunate. I did hit the counter button, but obviously not in time. Now where has it plonked me? That's the question. Go into the map again, so you know, look away now, etc. Oh, that's all right. That's very close to where we were. I'll just continue on my journey now. I can see there's the convoy icon up there, floating behind that headland, but I'm not going to go after it again. I've learned my lesson. I'm just going to continue my mission. Going into restricted areas, so you get a sense of the... well, if you look at the minimap, you can see the red zone. That's obviously the restricted area. And the yellow area is the view cone of that ship. It shouldn't really matter. I'm going to just outrun them because I can't be bothered to fight them. And as we've established, I might just fall off and die because I'm rubbish. But that comes into play quite a lot in the campaign. And obviously, if your ship is quite weak, then and you haven't got many upgrades on it, then you're more susceptible to the attentions of those sorts of things. Right, what's going on up here? Some red icons have appeared. I think I'm honing in on a fort. Now, at the risk of this video ending up being astronomically long, I'm just going to skirt around this, but you'll get a sense of the battles you can get into with these forts. Although this one's shrouded in fog at the moment. I'll swing quite close to it so you can get a sense of it. He's firing cannons at me. So yeah, there's a fort. It has 3 big turrets, and they're about to open fire at me. And you can see on the water there a red circle. That's the mortar fire, which is about to hit my ship. They're about to open a cannon fire at me. I think by sticking to travel speed, and I think that's one of the weaker forts. I've managed to avoid getting my ass kicked, which is just as well. So I'm sticking to the coast here, heading down towards the bottom right of the map. I think it will lose interest in me in a second. It's not like it can chase me. Yeah, I'm just going out of the restricted area in a second, and that will put paid to that anyway. Quite a foggy restricted area, that one. You can see it again though, example of all the different weather conditions. One of the things I really like about the way they do the sea is the way that the sun reflects all these different angles. Lighting in video games often adds so much, and they really made the most of it here. Regular auto-saving, as you can see. I didn't really have any problems with saving or checkpointing or anything in the game. Even in the missions that take place on land, where sometimes it's a bit haphazard and you know, you're susceptible to the old mechanics getting in your way. Even at those times... Oh, hang on. Harpooning. You want to see harpooning? Is this going to be the longest video ever? It is. Never mind. You're going to see harpooning. Yeah, even blah blah blah, land, checkpoints. You get the idea. Checkpoints are great. Everyone loves checkpoints. Begin harpooning.
Unlash the harpoons.
Right, I didn't look at what this actually was. I think it might be bull shark. Man, harpooning is so cool. Hee hee hee.
There's our prey.
Yeah, let's do it. Have some of that. It is a bull shark.
Here we go.
What you do is you try and hit it. This is rubbish. Hit it repeatedly.
He's turning the sea red.
To whittle it down. You can see its health bar on the left. Making a meal of this, aren't I?
It's
I'm making a
weakening.
meal of it now and be making a wallet of it later. Ha ha ha. Come on, one more.
One more and we're done.
Yeah. Nope, he's going to dive, I think. I've given him too much rope. Yep. Oh, and he got a dive out of me.
Something's coming.
The bigger ones, the bigger things
He's
you can
coming
hunt.
for us. Straight
They don't
ahead.
just come at you from a thing, but this guy is.
That's it, lad.
Got it.
Steady. Off we go.
Ah. He put up a decent fight for a bull shark, one of the weaker animals that you face. That looks pretty big, doesn't it? You ain't seen nothing.
Well done, Captain.
Might be a good excuse to read some ocean-based literature, if you like that sort of thing. You know, you like getting into the spirit of the games that you play. A couple of recommendations. Jonathan Livingston's Seagull. That's good. Ernest Hemingway's Old Man in the Sea. I read that in one go, actually. Yeah, that's about it, really. Whoa, what happened there? That ship just sort of exploded, didn't it? I wonder if that's a bug. Maybe it took some... Oh, I think it took some cannon fire from that fort, which is a fort I own. Which is pretty cool. Some loot here on the right. Gonna sail up towards it and... there we go, all mine. Got some cloth. It's a nice little Spanish ship, he's not bothered. The Tigra. And oh look, there's an English ship over there as well. Having a fight with a Spanish ship. Let's see how these guys are doing. See the... Yeah, I fancy... It's a little... I mean, it's the Spanish ships are smaller, but I think that they might be able to take the British one. There's another Spanish guy here if he can be bothered to get involved. Got some rum! Rum and sugar, which you can loot from other ships. You can just sell. There's no use for them. The other stuff you gather, cloth and metal and wood and stuff, act as means to build upgrades and stuff. There are so many of these little islands over here. And it's not all just little boxes of treasure on them either. As you go around the larger locations, you tend to find treasure maps and things like that. Often they'll give you some coordinates and then a sort of drawing of roughly where you should look. Focus your attention in your hunt, and you'll find upgrade schematics and large stashes of cash and stuff to help you on your way through the game. Right, going to consult the map one last time just to make sure I can navigate these things. So look away now, etc. Ah, and a good thing I did because I am going completely the wrong way. Yep, I'm going to go around this and then I shouldn't be too far away from the bottom corner of the map. And it looks like it's going to have taken about half an hour at mostly at travel speed with a couple of diversions. to make it down to the bottom left from the top right. No, bottom right, top left. Yeah. Sorry, it's been a long day. So yeah, a fantastically large place, and although although a lot of it's water, obviously, you can get a sense just by watching me play through this how many different little locations there are all over the place, things to do, and this is, you know, not to mention the fact that there are large cities in the game that you encounter. There's Kingston in Jamaica, Havana, which is in Cuba. Nassau is a smaller place, but it's still a decent sized city. Sorry, I appear to have run over this ship, don't I? That's a shame. That wasn't quite what I meant to do. Never mind, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not taking on that fort though, that looks mean. Look at all the guns on that. I might blow up that ship. Yeah, don't come near me. Sometimes the wind kind of catches you and blows you a little bit, but generally speaking, unlike the Wind Waker, which obviously was based on the idea. These guys are still in my grill. Die! Yeah, leave me alone. The Wind Waker, the other nautical themed game that came out this month, where wind direction is relevant to your sailing. Here you can basically just steer it like a car, like a really big, sexy, shipborne car. And the actual sailing, you know, sails, wind direction, that sort of thing, can kind of take care of itself. There's so much other stuff to do in this game. I don't want to spoil any of it. What I will say is that I'm still discovering interesting things, having finished the game, and I still feel like playing it. I think if you're lucky, is that a storm? I think it's just fog actually. I was hoping we might end up in a storm at some point, because I'm quite hoping to show you a rogue wave. Rogue waves are these massive. Never mind. Rogue waves are these massive tidal waves, basically. That the hell is going on? Right, some unusual ships down here. Anyway, rogue waves, tidal waves. When you come up against them, you have to face them head on, or you might get turned over. Certainly, you'll lose a lot of health. And yeah, as I come down here into this foggy section of the map, we're pretty much at the end of our video. Certainly reaching our destination, which has taken us a good part of half an hour. Thank you so much for watching. Do check out Assassin's Creed 4. Read my review on Eurogamer.net for more detail on what I think of it. But in short, I obviously think it's really great. And I hope you enjoy it.